Wasabi gangsters, it's me. Let's make sure this is recording. Oh, the lightsaber's on. Let's turn that off. That could have been dangerous. I was looking right at it. Don't do that. Heads up. So I am going to get into some reading and some writing updates, and you guys are here to hang out and listen and tell me about your reading and your writing. So it's later than I usually record. If you hear the word a lot, I'm just going to apologize right now because sometimes you get late in the day and the word just starts popping up more. But I'm going to try and keep it out as best I can. And I think maybe saying that in the beginning might help me eradicate it. So I said I was going to be done with To Ride Hell's Chasm by today. And what happened was, I went on a trip and I only have 2 chapters left. But I did most of my proofreading work and some revising work on book 2 on the trip, on the plane, when that would traditionally be reading time. Instead, I opted to work. And that was really the only time I had to work at all or read in general. So, but I have made a ton of progress here. I have 2 chapters left. I am finishing up the story. I like where it's headed. I like the budding interpersonal relationships that we start to see, and the connections between the land and the characters and where that's all heading. I cannot wait to see how she finishes this up. Janny is a fantastic author, a fantastic writer who writes in a language. I mean, honestly, her vocabulary is so expansive, and it's a great thing. It's like it's definitely good for me to learn, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful poetic. It's beautiful prose. It's written so beautifully. So that is my primary reading. There is no ground made on Berserk and the Punisher comics. I haven't made any ground there, but but there's no but. I mean, you guys know what I'm getting into next, right? So I am going to be getting into The Crimson Fire by Abel Montero. I'm going to hit this a little bit. That will be read alongside A Fool's Hope. That's for the Red Company read with me, Alex, Jake from Nerd Level Rising, Alex from Iskandaria, and Chris from The Bearded Book Beast. I think we're trying to also schedule our Berserk conversation, which, Britain, if you're watching this, let me know where you're at. Or maybe I'll just shoot you a message. With myself, Tom, Andrew from Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and the rest of the Red Company, we're going to discuss Berserk coming here in the future. Then I will be reading The Prophet of Edan by Philip Chase. Ehrmanland is calling back to me. Shay over at Shay's Library Zachary is reading this currently, and he's getting me more and more excited to jump back into this world, and I cannot wait to read it. So that is my reading TBR, which I discussed last week, but I just wanted to briefly touch on that this week in case y'all missed it. We're going to get into my writing. I know that was a brief reading update. The problem is I only have 2 chapters left in my current read before I can go on to my next ones. Song of Achilles. I got several chapters done on that. I'm over halfway. I think I'm like 70 some odd % done with that audiobook. The narrator does a great job. The story is beautiful, and it's actually, you can tell how beautifully it's written based on how well the narrator does the narration. And it's one of those books that, honestly, I kind of wish that I read physically. But I'm glad that I'm listening to it because it gives me something to do on my commute on the subway in New York. And that's always, that can be a little bit complex with as far as my attention span and what I'm focused on because of all the stimulation. But that said, I am currently loving Song of Achilles and To Ride Hell's Chasm. That's my reading. So we're going to jump into my writing now. I know that was a brief reading update, but the writing stuff is a little bit heavier on the soul right now. So if you're here just for reading, I apologize that it was such a brief reading update. And hopefully I'll have more for you next week and we can chat then. But leave your reads below, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment with your reads below, and then hang out, subscribe. We do this every week. We do this every Friday at 12:30 p.m. I'm recording this on Thursdays. As usual, you guys can check out my writing updates that I do every week. Those go up at 9:30 in the morning on Fridays, which I'm going to talk about now just so you guys get the video version, which might be a little bit more brief just based on the details that arise as I'm physically sitting there writing it. And I do these videos in one take because I got Darth Revan's lightsaber and this thing's pretty dangerous. You don't want to do more than one take. So here's my writing update. Guys, we are on path through chapter 31 of 44. So there's 13 chapters left and the epilogue of, I think I factored that in my chapter count, of book 2's revisions. I put out an ARC form, an advanced reader copy form, if you are interested at all in a digital reader's copy of Mercy, Tears of the Fallen, book 1. I know I'm talking about book 2, but book 1, I will leave that in the comments below. I tweeted it out. Mike's Book Reviews retweeted it, which I was freaking stoked about. A bunch of authors, I don't know. It's just really cool to put that out and get so many responses. If you were one of those people that filled it out, I'm so grateful that you did. I cannot wait to get this book in your hands because obviously I want feedback, but obviously I want to share the story. And that's really what it's there for. The story is where it is. And we're continuing on with book 2. But I'm really grateful for everybody that filled that out. If anybody else wants to fill it out, I'm going to leave that link in the description below, probably for the next 3 weeks. And then we will scale that back. The Mercy Tears of the Fallen itself will be on Amazon for 99 cents. I'm telling you guys this now because you guys are probably ahead of the curve here. I'll probably take that out at the start of June, and we're going to go up to a normal ebook price. I had conversations with other authors, and ultimately it's led me to the decision that having my book up there for 99 cents is, other than doing a sale every once in a while, and I'll call this like an early bird, whatever. I figured you guys can, if you really want to pre-order it, you have a couple months now. It's going to be at the 99-cent mark. And I'll post about that on my Instagram, my Twitter, and all that jazz. And I'll leave those links down in the description below as well. I posted some artwork over on the Instagram. If you guys missed it, I know I'm like jumping from book 2 to all of this, which I do want to return to book 2's discussion in a second, but the art form kind of came up in my head. I did post the artwork, the first artwork I had done by, I think his name is Omar. And you can see his handle over on Twitter, Instagram and Twitter, actually, where I posted the painting. And I actually put it up on my Patreon for free members now to see. If you were a Runeborn member, you could have seen it a month ago, but now it's up there for everybody to see with funny enough, the opening of the book, the first couple paragraphs there in the opening line. So if you guys are curious about that at all, you can check out the links in the description. Geez, that feels like so shilling for myself. It's crazy. But no, I mean, it's there. It's for free. You guys can check it out. I love sharing it with you, and I want to talk more about it. If you guys want to criticize it, criticize it. I can take it from the Northeast. So yeah, book 2. Let's go back into that really quick, because book 1 right now, the proofreads are in a place where we have 100 some odd pages left to finish, which I'm hoping to get done by Sunday. It really just depends on the proofreader, and then part 3 will be sent off to the final proofreader. She has parts 1 and 2 right now. She's working her butt off to get through it, and the feedback she's given me so far has honestly been pretty incredible. And then Jack Shepard's working on the map of Maitland and the map for the Mercy series, which is incredible. And I'm so stoked. Got some great updates today. We're making some final touches to it, and then that will be up on the Patreon for free. It'll be up on Instagram and Twitter for all you guys to see. Because I am so stoked to share that with everybody. It's been a long time coming as far as the map is concerned. That is when I said last video I wanted to put it up early. It felt weird to put it up early, being that it is coming in late. So unfortunately, that one will be, sorry to the Runeborn members, that one's going up to everybody early. I'll give you like a week in advance. How about that? I'll hold off for sharing it for a week so those who are Runeborn can get the map early. I'll also put the I'm thinking about putting the like Dramatis Persona and the glossary up on my Patreon. That will be under a paywall, simply because I think for now that's just something that should be kept for the book specifically, and those of you who are Runeborn will have access to that. But otherwise, most everything there is free for you guys to check out. So that's all the book 1 updates. The map is coming in. I will be posting on Monday to my Instagram and Twitter and Patreon the second commission art piece I got from Robert Trottia. I think I'm saying that name right. It's a landscape piece. For those of you who are Runeborn saw it early, I'm so excited to share that one with you guys. I'm getting a website done. That is going to be at the header of the website because it's so dang beautiful. My sister's actually working on that. She's finalizing some details on that. We're going to do a newsletter that goes out. The initial newsletter will contain the first 3 chapters of the book, along with the Blood Rebellion short story that's over on Patreon. God dang, I say that a lot. Anyways, so the third art piece, that artist, Robert Trottia, I actually messaged him. He's going to be reading my book, and I'm going to be commissioning 3 more pieces from him before the fall. There will be one